Okay, now we will go to the second letter, the h. Okay, okay, the second letter, al-h. Okay, so the h is also coming from the vocal cord. It is just like the two fraternal twins. Okay, the twins can be either identical or they can be fraternal. Okay, from the womb of the same mother, right? But the fraternal twins, they will behave entire completely and they will look also completely, right? But it might not be the case with the identical twins. Similarly, the hamzah and ha, we can say that fraternal twins. Okay, that means they are entirely different in their qualities. Okay, and there are two different letters from the same makharij. What is the makharaj here? It is not makharij, it is makharaj. What is the makharaj here? The makharaj is the aqsal halq, where the vocal cords are situated. Okay, and the vocal cords will be shut completely for the hamza, but for the ha, the vocal cords will be partially opened. Okay, the partially opened, the word is very important, because if you are not partially opened, the sound produced will be entirely different. How it will happen, we will discuss. Okay, okay, let me enlarge this picture if it is happening. Okay, see, if I have to show here the vocal cords, how it is separating, it will be like this. Okay, it will be closed at one end, it will be joined at one end, and it will be separated at another. This is the wide opening of the vocal cords. How it will be shut? It will be shut like this. Okay, okay, what is the opening that we need for the ha? What we need is, it is just like this. Okay, don't widely open the hamza ha. Okay, why? Because the makhraj of the ha, it needs a strength because of its vibration. Okay, if the vocal cords are widely separated and we can't make a strong vibration to get the sound of the hamza, no vibration will happen if it is open widely. Okay, that means if the vocal cords are separated widely, the air from the lungs will can't make the proper vibration. It needs a proper vibration to get the sound of the ha. But if it is open widely, the vibration will be very weak. Okay, but what we need is the proper vibration so that we get the sound of the hamza. See, ha, if I say what I made the second sound is, I try to relax my vocal cords by opening it completely. Ha, ha, he, hu, ihdi, no, ihdi, ha, he, hu. Just like how I said, if you don't tightly make the strong bonding in the vocal cord for the hamza, you, just like if you say ha, he, hu, it is not proper. It should be with a strong vibration sound. Ha, he, hu, but it doesn't mean to start the pressure from the chest itself, just like how some people will say the no, it is wrong. We need but proper. Okay, not too much, not without. Okay, now we will move to the section. Okay, okay, so what I said here was, what if you widely open the flaps of the vocal cord, you won't get the proper sound. It will be explained in the video itself. Okay, we will continue the video.
تخرج باهتزاز الوترين وعدم انقفالهما لكن بقربهما من بعضهما جدا.
Okay, here what Sheikh has told with the word jiddan is the there will be a strength in the vibration of that letter. Okay, the vibration of the vocal cords produces the sound of letter h. Okay, how it will be like that? Ihdi. Okay,
هنا لا بد من تقارب الوترين. أنبه إخواننا وخاصة المبتدئين الذي يأتي أحدهم ليسمع مثلا سورة الفاتحة فيباعد جدا دون أن ينتبه بين الوترين الصوتيين في حلقه، فيقول مثلا اهدنا الصراط، فلما يقول يكون قد باعد الوترين جدا، وهذا يؤدي إلى
Okay, here what she has explained is the wide opening of the vocal cords and what we need. Okay, the first one is what we need, the proper opening for the ha, but the second one is the widely open where there will be no proper vibration for the letter. Okay, now we will go back. Okay, so before that, so we have completed, alhamdulillah, the makharij of the hamzah and the ha. Okay, so what we will do, we will just go through the vocal cords again. What are the mechanisms that might happen in the vocal cord usually when we make the some sounds? For example, when we are talking, what might all mechanism can happen in our vocal cords? We will go one by one. We will just discuss what might happen. Okay, the first one that can happen is the collision that we have just explained just now for the makhraj of the hamzah. Ya, okay, or ba, you. These are all the collision that might happen in the vocal cords when we pronounce the letter hamzah, right? The two flaps of vocal cords will collide completely. There won't be no escape of any air or any sound. If a slight air will come out, then we won't get the proper sound of the hamzah. What might be the another mechanism that can happen in the vocal cords? That is the separation. The separation is we need for the mechanism of the harakah, right? For the hamzah, for the fatha, not just hamzah, any fatha, any kasra, any dhamma. If we can explain the mechanism, we can say it as the separation, right? So after a strong bonding, we can separate the makharij. Or here what we are explaining is the the vocal cords. The vocal cords will separate for the mechanism of the harakah. And the vibration is the basic of all sound that is forming from the vocal cord, where the air from the lungs will pass through the flaps of the vocal cord to make any sound. Okay, what we have studied until now in the last class is about the mad letters, where the mechanism of mad letters is the sound produced by the vibration of the vocal cords, right? The vibration of the vocal cords produce the sound along with the corresponding mouth openings, mouth movements, right? What we have discussed in the last class. Okay, what I am trying to explain here is that these three are not just mechanisms happening in the vocal cord. For example, if I say the vocal cords are shut, it is not just the complete shutting of the vocal cord. Okay, that means if I say the vocal cords are shut only for the makhraj of the hamzah, okay, how the vibrations are happening in our throat, that time also the flaps of the vocal cords are closed together. It is not closed just like the complete shutting of the vocal cord for the letter hamzah. The vibration will be strong only if the flaps of the vocal cords are closed together. Then the air from the lungs will pass through these two flaps. The flaps will vibrate. Okay, if we close the makhraj, if we close the vocal cords completely, then there won't be any sound or any air will be let out. But if they are closed together in a sense that it is not closed completely, it will cause a strong vibration producing a strong sound. What if it is opened? The opening condition that I have explained it two way in the mistake of the ha and the proper makhraj of the ha. The open yani it can be widely opened and it cannot be widely opened but just like partially opened. Okay, so what happens if the vocal cords are closed together? If they are closed together, we can feel the vibration with our hands. For example, just say mad letter alif madiyya, e, u. Okay, if you feel with your hands, if you put your hands on your neck, you can feel a strong vibration in your neck. Okay, Okay, and what is with the open condition? If I produce any sound with the with the open condition, we can't feel any vibration. For example, I will take two letters. Okay, just now what we did was ha and hamza. We will take another two letters. First one, I will take the letter meme. Okay, so what you have to do, keep your left hand on your throat. Okay, on your neck, not on the throat, on your neck, and try to produce the letter meme with sukoon. You can strongly feel vibrations in your left hand, right? But what is with the letter sin? S. For the starting point of hamza fatha, you can feel slight vibration, but when you make the exact sound of the sin, you can't feel any vibration. Why it happened so? Because when you said the sin, the vocal cords are opened completely, but still there is vibration, but that vibration we can't feel. Why? Because that vibration, it is very weak. Only with the vibration we can make the sound. Okay, the not that sound, it is just like the vibration, and it's without vibration. Without vibration, still it will just move like that, but it is not, we can say, like continuous vibration. It is just like the flaps will move very slowly. Okay, but how the sound is then produced, it is at the makhraj. Okay, now again I will say s, s, okay, and now I want you to do one more thing. You take your right hand, okay, and you cover your mouth, not cover, just keep it in front of your mouth. Okay, and then try to do the same letters. You can feel the vibration in your left hand, but you can't feel anything on your right hand, right? And just try to say sin, s. You can't feel anything in your left hand, there is no vibration, but you can feel a slight air in your hand, or in your right hand, right? Take another letter, tha, alif ba ta tha. Okay, the fourth letter, s. You can't feel vibration at your left hand while you are saying the letter tha. Only for the hamza you can feel the vibration. For the tha, there won't be any vibration, but in your right hand you can feel a strong air. Okay, so that means some letters will produce air with it, some letters will produce vibrations with it, some letters we can feel the vibration, we can't feel the vibration, sometimes we feel the air, we can't feel the air. Some letters it will produce more sound, just like f, we can produce how much sound that we wish, it is just like that. And certain letters, the hamza, we can't produce the sound. Okay, for the hamza, it is yeah, it is cutting the sound, there won't be any sound. But for the letter fa, f, there will be sound. We can run the sound as I wish, right? So what all these are mentioning to? These are mentioning the qualities of a letter. Okay, just like the humans have qualities on different perspectives. For example, we can explain some person with their height, some with their weight, some with their color. Okay, we can explain, we can describe their qualities, right? For example, on the perspective of the height, we can say that he is tall or he is short. On the perspective of the weight, we can say he is fat, he is thin, or on the basis of the color. Okay, just like that we will explain a lot. Similarly, on the perspective of different things, these letters also have qualities. We will discuss one by one. Actually, we have explained a little bit qualities, but not on any kind of headings. For example, we have said that some letters will be light, some letters will be heavy, and some letters we will feel vibration, some we won't feel by vibration, and some we will feel the running of the sound, the sound will be cut. Okay, some we will feel the air, we won't feel the air. So these are all qualities of a letter. So what are these qualities called as? The qualities are called sifa in Arabic. Okay, what is the sifa? Sifa is the quality or a characteristic shown by a letter that which completely differentiate it from the other letters. That means the qualities of a letter are unique to that letter itself. no other letter will show the same quality in the same makhraj. If the letter is from the same makhraj and same quality, that means that is only one letter. Every letter will be different in its quality or in its makhraj. Okay, that is the importance of the sifa. Why we learn sifa? The sifa we are learning is because we have to understand the letter more precisely so that we won't make any mistakes. We can prevent our tongue from the mistakes. Okay, now we will go to the perspective of air, which is the first perspective that we are going to discuss. It is about the hamzah and the ha. Okay, which are the sifa shown by the letters hamzah and ha on the perspective of air. We will discuss. First we will check the makhraj of the hamzah and the ha. What is the makhraj of the hamzah? Here the vocal cords are closed. Okay, so the vocal cords are closed. It is not in the sense slight air will pass. No, the vocal cords are shut completely. That means no air or no sound will flow out from it. Okay, since the air is cut here, we are studying the perspective of air, right? Since the air is not running or it is blocked here, we will name it as jahar. Okay, so jahar means there will be no air will be flown out with the letter. The hamza, it is a majhur. Majhur means jahar letter. There won't be any air with the letter hamza. What is with the ha? We will check the makhraj again. The vocal cords are open partially. Even though it is open partially, the air will flow tremendously. Okay, so since it allows the flowing of air along with it, it is named as hams. So the ha, the letter ha is a mahmus. Mahmus means hams letter, and the hamza is a majhur. That means jahar letter. The hamza will not allow air with it, and the ha will allow the air with it. So that means if a letter is said to be a jahar letter, then the vocal cords will be shut. It is not shut just like in hamza. It should be shut like we can feel the vibration in our hand. Okay, why I said shut completely in the hamza? Because the makhraj of the hamza is just like it is shut completely. But for a letter to be jahar, we don't need the makhraj, the vocal cord should be shut completely. Why? If it is shut completely, then it will become the makhraj of the hamza. We need the letter to be jahar. That means the vibrations we should feel in our hand or in the throat letter to get the proper sound of the letter. The hamza, here what is the condition? It is the vocal cord is shut completely to make the sound, but still it is jahar. Why? The vocal cords are closed also. Okay, we will take another letter, the letter ha. What is happening here? The vocal cords are partially open. Here the airflow will go as you wish, and that is the reason the vibrations will not be felt with our hand. Okay, so we can feel the air with the letter ha if we say with our right hand in front of our mouth. That means the vocal cords determines the flow of the air within the letter. If the vocal cords are closed, it is not in the sense of vocal cords and the hamza, makhraj of the hamza. Okay, it is just closed so that there will be strong vibration we can feel in our throat. It will be jahar. Okay, and if it is open, it will be hams. Why it is happening? Why the vocal cords? Is it what we are making? We are planning it already? No. Like for example, if I am going to the hamza, I have to think like, oh yeah, I am going to say hamza. Now I have to shut my vocal cord. Or I am going to say the mad letter. Now I have to make the vocal cords closer. No, it is all happening naturally, right? It depends on the strength at the articulation point. If the makhraj of the letter is very strong, it will be a jahar letter. Okay, the makhraj at the strength, the strength at the makhraj of the letter will automatically shut the vocal cord, will automatically make the vocal cord, the flaps of the vocal cord to come together so that the strong vibration will happen there. Okay, but I told you that it is all automatically happening. Then why we are studying this? If some person, he is mashallah, if he is blessed with, or if she is blessed with beautiful recitation, beautiful makharij, then alhamdulillah he will move forward. But what is with those persons who need a little bit working, or they need hard working on that? In my opinion, those are the people more blessed. These are all blessed by Allah. What is this difference is that maybe I always feel like if I make any mistake in my recitation and if teacher corrects me, I feel happy because I always study a new thing from my correction. I will search more. Why I said like so, or why it is happening to me like that? Okay, alhamdulillah, you should feel happy because Allah wants you to work more. Allah wants you to understand something new from your mistake. Okay, so be happy. Okay, say alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Okay, there might be, there will be, not might be, there will be, there is something good when you make a mistake. So don't get worried, like in your class maybe someone will be reciting mashallah beautifully and you will get lots of mistakes from your teacher, then don't get worried. Okay, so in my opinion, if you have a strong theory your strong theory basis, you can correct almost you will understand almost your mistakes, and now your correction will only be in your practice itself. Okay, may Allah help you all, may Allah help us all. Okay, may Allah help us to get beneficial knowledge. Ameen. May Allah help us to spread our knowledge so that it will be a sadaqah jariyah. Okay, alhamdulillah. Now we will move to a topic, the hamza and the jahar that we have discussed until now. These are the two opposite sifa on the perspective of hair. What does it mean? Yani if I have to say someone is fat, someone is thin, someone is tall, someone is short, okay, these are opposite qualities, right? Similarly, the hamza and the jahar is also opposite. It is clear from its mechanism, right? The hamza, it will not let any air with it, but the ha, it will let the air with it. Okay, so that means the hams and the jahar is opposite sifa. And hams means whisper, jahar means louder. We don't need all this. It is the word meaning of the hams and the jahar. Hams means whisper, that we will say something secretly. Okay, why it is said secretly? Because the vibrations we can't feel with our hand. That is why. The jahar means loud or appear. Why? Because we can feel vibration with our hand. Hams or jahar depends on the vocal cord opened or closed. Okay, that we have discussed. What hams happens if the vocal cords are opened, and the jahar will happen if the vocal cords are closed. It doesn't, again I am repeating, it doesn't mean the closing of the hamza. Okay, and the hams, it weak reliance on articulation point, and jahar strong reliance on the articulation point. Okay, the hams is the weak sifa and jahar is strong, that we have already discussed. Hams, we can feel the air on the back of our hand, while it is a sukoon especially, and jahar no air or very limited air. Why I have explained here, written here as while it is a sukoon especially? Because I told you we can feel the sifa of the letters when it is in the sukoon condition maximum. Okay, for example, if I say the ha sukoon, we can feel the air tremendously. But what if it is ha, he, who? It does not require that much sifa when it is in a mutaharrik condition. For example, ha, who, he, it doesn't let the air out as much as that means the quality of a letter will be maximum when it is in a sukoon condition. It will be present in the mutaharrik condition also, but it will be in a less quantity compared to the sakin condition. Okay, that is only meaning here. Okay, on the perspective of the sound. Now we will move to the another perspective of the quality of letters, whether again we are taking the letters hamza and the ha, where we will check the makhraj. The makhraj of the hamza, it is closed, that means the sound is also blocked, that means it will fall into a category called shidda. So shidda means the quality of a letter when the sound flow is blocked in it. The flow of sound is blocked in it. What is the difference between the sound and the air? The air, yani the air from the lungs, it is moving out without any obstruction. The air will become a sound only if it hits somewhere. Okay, the air will be changed into a sound when it passed from the vocal cord or it is hit somewhere. There will be no flow. There will be no obstruction in its path. That is why I can continue the sound of the ha as I wish until my breath stops. I can run my sound as I wish until my breath stops. This is another quality of the letter called as rakhawa. But what is with the hamzah? The sound is cut. Why? Because the vocal cords are closed. Okay, so if at the makhraj is closed and there won't be any flow of sound from it, it will be called as shidda. I mean blocking of the sound. It is cut. But what is with the rakhawa? If there is space between the articulating parts, just like if what we said now, it is the flaps of the vocal cord again, right? So there is a partial opening, but we can flow the sound as much as we wish. It will fall into a category called a rakhawa. So the shidda and the rakhawa are the opposite sifa. That means the blocking of the sound and the flowing of the sound on the basis of the quality, the sound. On the perspective of the air, there are two qualities we have studied, that is the hams and the jahar. On the perspective of the sound, we have studied shidda and rakhawa. That means the sifa of sound is determined by the makhraj. Earlier what we said, the sifa of the air is determined by its vocal cords. Vocal cords are closed means it is jahar. Vocal cords are open means it is hams. Here if it is space between the makhraj, it will be rakhawa. If the space between the makhraj is closed, or it is the makhraj, the articulating parts are completely closed, it will be shidda. Okay. Now we will check the qualities of the hamza and the ha. The air, for the perspective of the air, it is jahar and hams. For the sound, it is shidda and rakhawa. Now we are going for the perspective of the sound again. Okay, what have we discussed? If there is makhraj and the makhraj is shut completely, what is the category it is following? It is following the shidda. Okay, that means the sound is cut there. What happens if there is a gap between the articulating parts? That means we can flow the sound of the letter as much as we wish until our breath is empty completely. And I want you to imagine a door. Okay, a door when it is open completely, when it is open widely, the door, and there are, maybe we can imagine the gate of a school. Okay, and after the last bell, the students are coming out. Okay, and the gate is opened wide. What happens? The all will move together, right? What happens if the gate is closed? Then it will be shut. Just like if the gate is closed, no sound can move out, then it will be shidda. If the door is widely opened, then we can flow as we wish. But what if the gate is closed partially? Will the sound can move just like how it was opened widely? No. The similar condition will be happen with some letters. Okay, that we will discuss in the coming classes, inshallah. But I want you to become familiar with the term. So if there is lots of space between the articulating parts, it is called as rakhawa. So if there is a little bit space in the makhraj, or if you can imagine like the school gate is closed, but there is some side doors that students know of, they will run towards that door and they will escape from there, right? Or if the main door is closed, there will be emergency exit. Just like that, lots of things will happen with certain letters, and they will fall into another category of the perspective of sound called as tawassut. Tawassut means moderate flow of sound. Okay, it won't be same as the complete flow of the sound or the blocking of the sound, it would be either blocking, it would be blocking and it will be running, or sometimes partially flowing. Okay, it is called as tawassut. Okay, so this is a comparison of the three letters. Inshallah, what that remaining we will discuss in the next video.